Once upon a time, there was a beautiful mountain town. This town had everything. It had gorgeous walking paths into the forest. It had fantastic shops along its main street. And most of all, it had a wonderful community of people that lived inside of it. Now, in this town, the most famous feature by far was the ice cream store. People loved the ice cream made in this town. It seemed to taste like the very pure mountain air itself. But this ice cream store had a problem. It started to notice that during the night, buckets and buckets of ice cream went missing. The people living in the town wondered what was going on. It happened that also living in this town, there was a fantastic orange feline named Fred. Now, Fred's favorite food, like everybody else in the town, was ice cream. And Fred had figured out that he was just small enough to squish in through the back gate of the ice cream store every night. And he would crawl inside of the buckets of ice cream and eat his furry little face full of that wonderful creamy goodness. Now, the townspeople didn't know that it was Fred that was stealing the ice cream, and they wanted to find out what was going on. So they decided to make a midnight vigil. They all took candles and flashlights and lanterns in their hands, and they waited and waited and waited around the corner to see just what would happen that night in the ice cream store. And what did they see? Buff! They saw Fred the fantastic feline feeding his furry little face on ice cream. Well, what did they do then? They decided that Fred was just the most fantastic thing they'd ever seen. They forgave him for eating all of their ice cream. They made him the mascot of the town, and forever afterwards, his picture was posted on the front sign of the ice cream store. I'm Nicole from Arts Place, and this is your storytelling video. Your storytelling tip this week is improvise with story dice. Now, I think improvisation is a really important life skill. We know that improvisation is about making it up as you go along, but I think that improvisation is also about reacting to change with creativity. And that's something we could all use some practice at. I also think it's about reacting to change with collaboration, especially if you're working together with other people, as you might just do when playing with the story dice. Story dice. You can buy them online at like a game store, but it's really fun to make your own. I just took a template of a cube. I drew on it some fun, simple pictures. Then I cut out the cube and taped it together to make this fun 3D game. All right, let's try a story in real time and see what we get. Once there was a cat, and this cat was very lonely. She wished that she had more friends, and she wished that she could have more adventures, and she didn't know what to do. Well, it happened that along came a rocket ship, and it landed right beside the cat. Whoa, said the cat. It's like I asked and there it arrived. And the doors opened to the rocket ship, and the cat went inside and there was nobody there. It's strange. It's almost like the rocket ship is like listening to me, thought the cat. I wonder if it can take me somewhere really special, really magical, really interesting. And no sooner had the cat thought this than the rocket ship shut its doors and took off into the sky. And it landed in the middle of a beautiful mountain landscape. And it opened its doors, and the cat came out and looked around. Cat was a little bit nervous at first, excited, but nervous too, wary. Maybe there was bears in those mountains, you know how it is. And it took just a few little steps outside when... And there, outside, in the mountains, stood a wizard with a magic wand, and he pointed his magic wand at the cat. And he said, "Hark, who goes there?" "Just me, the cat," said the cat. "What are you doing here?" said the wizard. "Well, I met this rocket ship, and it seemed to hear my thoughts, and I asked if it would take me somewhere really interesting and magical." "Oh," said the wizard. Well, Well, in that case, please be welcome. And the wizard went over to the cat and patted her little head, and then he tapped the side of the rocket ship, and the rocket ship seemed to purr in its rocket ship kind of way. Why don't you come back to my house, said the wizard. Okay, said the cat. You want to come too, said the rocket ship, and the rocket ship seemed to nod its rocket ship head. And so they all traveled together along the mountain path towards the wizard's house. When they got inside, oh my gosh, it was so beautiful because the walls were lined with all of these different kinds of potions and containers and little strange like glass holders of ice cream. Ice cream everywhere the eye could see. Well, the wizard opened up one of those jars, put out a beautiful little dish of ice cream. The cat ate to heart's content. They made a really big basket full of ice cream, and they brought it outside, and the rocket ship ate it in its own rocket ship way. Where are you going next, said the wizard. I don't know, said the cat. Wherever it is, it's going to be marvelous. Thank you for listening today. I'm Nicole from Arts Place. Keep telling your stories.
We are timeless.